team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. Rivals reunited. McHale and Dr. J. I had no clue that they were rivals. If I had to choose, I thought it would have been Dr. J and Larry Bird, but this is a McHale and Dr. J video, so we're gonna get into it. But before we watch it, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 10K. We're almost there. So help me out, man. Go tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to the HenDawgz. But yeah, go ahead and like this video. Once you like this video, go ahead and write something in the comments. Give me some more info on this rivalry right here. Because like I said, I didn't know that McHale and Dr. J, like if they had to say that they had this rivalry going on, I would have been like, I didn't know that. So let's get into it. I don't even really want to do too much talking. I want to see how this was a rivalry. I mean, I know the Celtics versus Sixers was a rivalry. I definitely knew that. Seeing them playing in the early 80s, mid 80s, they definitely was going at each other. But to say that McHale and Dr. J was a key rivalry against each other, I didn't know that. So let's get into it. We got rivals reunited, McHale and Dr. J. Let's get it.
Long before Celtics Lakers, it was Celtics Sixers.
We couldn't have done this back in the day.
No. Boston and Philly do not like each other as sports communities.
Is that true to this day? Would y'all say that the Celtics and Sixers communities, and that's probably even, what is that? New England and the Eagles, like they said the Boston and Philly sports franchises don't like each other. So is that true to this day? Let me know. Let me know in the comments if y'all from one of them areas. Do y'all hate the other area? Let me know.
You know, this is really a rivalry because when you're ready to duke it out.
Doc.
Check you out, man.
How you doing, man?
All right.
Good to see you. Everything good? Good. That was just yesterday we were those young guys. We were just those young guys doing that, wasn't it?
There you go, man.
And this story in history of tremendous rivalry in professional basketball takes on a new chapter. The Philadelphia 76ers versus the Boston Celtics.
My first time playing against you, and I think the guys knew I was kind of excited to play against you. They're all like, hey, Rook, do not be one of shaking Doc's hand or anything like that.
What's the age discrepancies, y'all? I always like to kind of know that so I can put this into perspective a little bit. I know that Dr. J was a little bit older than Bird. I think he was like 29, 30 when Bird was a rookie. But let me know what was the difference between Kevin McHale's age and Dr. J's age. Let me know.
Another Boston-Philadelphia classic.
I was excited every time I played against you guys, and I love the challenge of guarding you, but I liked guarding
You
you.
get out there, you have this wingspan. I might as well just take a jump shot. He's all the way down here.
Julius blocked by McHale.
So ML Carr tells me, he says, you got to make Doc go left. I said, okay, I'll make him go left. And you go right. I'm playing pretty far on your right hand. When you came back and dunked on me, so I came over to the bench, and I'm like, damn. And he goes, well, I didn't say it was easy. I just said you got to make him go left. He said, he's one of the best players who ever played.
Hey!
There was an air about you guys and the Celtics that I really found as a rookie to be kind of like, ooh, this is different.
Welcome to the NBA Championship Playoffs. Tonight, the Eastern Conference Finals. The Philadelphia 76ers visit the Boston Celtics.
So in 81, we win the first game up in Boston. Then you guys come back and, win game 2.
Irving putting the moves on McHale.
We play a really tight game down there in Philly, and we lose.
Philadelphia has been magnificent.
Is there one player in the NBA right now or the last 10 years where you can kind of compare it to Dr. J? Because in the back of my head, I always thought that Dr. J was just a dunker. That was just his only thing he could really do. But the more I watched, the more I realized he had a lot of finesse to his game too. Like he had the speed, the handle. Obviously, athleticism was what he did best. But let me know if you could kind of compare him to a player in the league today or in this era. Let me know. Let me know.
Game is over.
We lose game 4, and I'm like, ooh, this isn't good.
6 seconds to go.
Tiny.
Boston doesn't call time. Archibald intercepted by Bobby Jones, and the game is over.
It's a tight one-possession game, and Bobby Jones does what he does, makes a great defensive play. That allowed you guys to win game 4 and go up 3-1.
3-1.
And you knew that it's just going to be a war from here on in.
This series is developing into a counter-puncher's delight. A desperate situation for the Celtics.
Hey!
I wasn't the type of guy to take stuff for granted. 3-1, I mean, it felt good, but it was by no means a foregone conclusion.
Game number 5 of this Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics must win 3 straight.
And going to Boston, losing the next game, you know, you had one to play with, but, you know, coming into Philly, it's like, man, you have to feel good coming home.
Coming down to your place, I remember this is it. I mean, you know, game 6, we're going back to Philly. We parked the bus, and you know, you had that tunnel where you go down. So we come out of the bus. There were people lined up there just to yell at us. And so I looked up and I went like, "Did you come out here this morning just to yell at us?"
Yeah.
And they go, "Yeah." I said, "You're dedicated fans, but I tell you what, I'll give you this." There was an intensity, and there was a really resolve on our team. Like, we got to give everything we got.
They know that they haven't won in 10 tries here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, and that's why they want to go back to Boston, winning this afternoon.
And we got into a dogfight. Back and forth.
Back and forth, exactly.
Back and forth.
The Celtics trying to break a jinx here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. They need to do it to force Game 7.
We really got after him. There was a lot of physical play.
I think you got me on my arm one time.
He still remember it? 40 years later, you still remember it?
And that is it. The Boston Celtics stay alive.
I remember coming off the court going like, wow, we won.
win.
Yeah, I almost was like, you know, of course you want to win and everything, but in your back of your mind, you're thinking, you know,
Only experience can warn you of the problems that come along with being overconfident. So when you guys came back and suddenly it's 3-3 and then we're going to Boston, obviously you guys have momentum.
walking into
3-3 in Boston? Philly against Boston game 7? Oh, I know this is a banger. I think it's even good for me right now because I have no idea who won this game.
Game 7. The place was electric. The fans were
Oh, it was hot.
cheering and they were on their feet.
Look what is going on.
No, it's hot
A
in there.
standing ovation from the crowd of 15,320.
Bird gang, where you at?
Celtics.
If you part of the Bird gang, man, write something in the comments. My fault. I ain't even shouted y'all out or nothing. Shout out to the Bird gang. Shout out to the Celtic gang. Write something in the comments, man.
They are behind them.
Every time I went to Boston Garden, somebody always had this red jersey from my UMass days.
Okay, all right.
All right. Oh, he was. Okay, he was close over there.
I'm all right. Somebody got my back.
You gotta
In
get
case
a
something
UMass.
goes down here.
He used to hoop close to the Boston Celtics arena.
The two teams were really even. Just came down to guys making a play.
Philadelphia could win the Eastern Finals if they hold on to this lead with 151 remaining in
Tiny?
the fourth quarter. You can hear a pin drop in the Boston Garden right now.
The play that I remember was, Bird on the left side, sticking that bank shot. So that was like a relief for you guys. It was deflating for us.
Larry's bank shot put us up, and all of a sudden there was a feeling like, I think we can do it,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we can
Not
do
sure.
it.
If we do not have anything, we cannot hit shots, we'll hit you, and our box will set the screen, and we'll pop out. Okay? Let's go, guys.
Bird will defend. Here it is.
So it's a close game. And 1 second left. We tried to throw a lob to the basket. And all I remember is jumping as high as I could. The ball sails over the backboard. I was like, Houston, we got a problem.
Boston won. Okay, Bird gang.
Could have gone either way, like you said.
How much did Bird have in that game 7? I know this isn't about him, so they're probably not even going to talk about how great of a game or what kind of game he had in that game 7. So y'all let me know what Bird did in that game.
So the stage was being set for what was next.
This is the third straight year these two teams
Oh, this is the
are
next
meeting
year.
in the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's the next year.
82, we're right back in the conference finals
Right back
again.
in the finals.
And the same thing
We have
happened.
identical records.
Exactly.
The previous series sets it up. We go into Boston, we win. We got a split. We win 2 games, so now it's 3-1.
Last year, Boston trailed 3-1, came back to win it in 7. The question, will history repeat?
We go back to Boston. You guys.
Yeah, so they was so Philly was up 3-1 in 1981 and let Boston come all the way back. Fast forward to next year, it's the exact same situation. Philly's up 3-1. There's no way they're gonna let Boston just come back again after being 3-1. You gotta learn your lesson from the year before and figure out what you did wrong to let them come back last year and not let history repeat itself. So let's see what happened.
And Red always either heated it up,
Okay,
or
Red.
froze us out where we got it. And
He bolted your window shut.
Real
so if it
cigar
got
ad.
hot, you weren't opening up the windows in that place.
those were shenanigans.
Yeah.
They
It
bolted
takes
the
a good
windows.
leprechaun to do some
What
shenanigans.
happened?
Up the windows.
Out where we got it. And
He bolted your window shut, so if it got hot, you weren't opening up the windows in that place.
those
What?
were shenanigans.
Yeah.
So it takes a good leprechaun to do some shenanigans.
Julius Erving said, I'm tired of
He's
being
trying to make them
last season's
overheat, man.
Well, I'm afraid the questions aren't going to be over yet because we are headed for Game 7 at Boston Garden.
So they came back again.
Coach, this is last year all over again. Can the Sixers come back this time?
Nobody on the planet gave us a chance of winning that 7th game in Boston.
Including us. I think we thought, okay, we got it again.
I wouldn't either. If you go up 3-1 on the team and you let them come back, and then the very next year you go up 3-1 again, let them come back to 3-3 again, oh yeah, I'm betting all my money that y'all about to lose again. Y'all obviously can't hold a series lead against this team. But I don't know. Let's see what ended up happening.
We get to the arena, right? All this mail was in our boxes. It was like hundreds of them. And here we were saying it's just us. And these letters were saying, no, it's not just you. You may not be there in Boston, but we're with you.
I'd have burned every one of those letters before you guys looked at them. Every one of them I'd have burned.
And the story is about to unfold. Boston
In Boston
Philadelphia,
again. This is
another
literally
game
deja
seven
vu.
of this rivalry.
For 3 quarters, we played even, like we always played even. And then, you know, that 4th quarter, it just happened for us.
A lot of people are saying that Philadelphia handled the pressure. Deja vu.
Deja vu, I swear.
Andrew Tony hitting the shots, and he has been key.
You guys had a big stretch in that 4th that just separated it and we couldn't catch
Just
it.
opened it, and that's when they started saying beat LA. The crowd started saying beat LA.
You heard the crowd is chanting to the Sixers, beat LA.
Beat LA, that's great.
Damn, Boston, that's crazy. That's kind of cool, though. That's like the beauty of sports, man. Like, Boston fans literally just became Philly fans. Like they was going at each other for 7 games, hard, hating each other. And then when it got to the point where it was like, Boston was like, okay, we're going to probably lose this series, but we do not want the Lakers to win. Beat LA. They started chanting for Philly. Like, that's super dope, man. That's super cool.
Let's listen.
And it was kind of over at that point.
I think it was our destiny, Kevin. I actually think it was.
The Philadelphia 76ers have won the Eastern Conference Championship.
Prior to that time, the thinking it was just us against the world.
No one thought the Sixers could win. No one, with the possible exception of the Sixer players themselves.
Rivalry. I didn't know that they went back-to-back 7-game series like that. Like, I would literally build a rivalry right there, playing somebody in those meaningful games year in, year out. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. This was a really good one. I'm happy I reacted to this. If there's other videos like this out there, please send them my way. I will definitely react to them. But make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't. I have to keep saying it. You know, I hate to say it all the time, but y'all know it's a business, man. I gotta get my subscribers up, and it's up to y'all to help me out. So if y'all have subscribed, I appreciate y'all. And if y'all about to subscribe after watching this video, I appreciate y'all too. But make sure y'all like this video if y'all like this video, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Give me some more feedback on this rivalry. It doesn't have to be the McHale and Dr. J joint, but definitely this Boston and Philly rivalry. Give me some more stuff that they didn't talk about in this documentary, because I'm sure there was a lot more that explained that rivalry. So I appreciate y'all like always. We out.